I'd started smoking when I was in my late teens, early 20s. Started smoking cigarettes and moved to New York and found that smoking was a great way to meet people in the smoking area, outside bars, that kind of thing. And then moved on to the Juul. So I smoked cigarettes for about 6 years, and then the Juul for 4 years, the vape pen. So 10 years of nicotine fairly constantly in my system. And I was starting to feel that there was something that might be unhealthy about this. I had been in denial about that for a while, and then started to feel in my body and in my lungs that this was maybe not the best for me, but I just didn't have the headspace to try and quit. I wasn't necessarily putting that intention out there, but it was in the back of my mind that I should really quit. And then I was in this experience where I had taken mushrooms and had a really beautiful day with a couple of friends in Mexico, and all of a sudden, I was mid-conversation. I was fairly lucid. It wasn't a particularly strong trip. I was in conversation with my partner, Lana, and all of a sudden, again, my field of view went internal. And what I was looking at as a sort of outside observer was the constituents of my makeup, my psychology, if you will. And this is what it felt like, with these sort of amorphous humanoid figures that were about 12 of them gathered around a round table. And they were essentially convening a meeting of the board, if you will, to discuss whether the nicotine molecule was needed in the system of David Champion, which was fascinating. Again, I didn't read about some technique that I was practicing or anything like that. It was totally spontaneous. And it was fairly quick, lasted about 10 minutes. And they had this discussion and the debate, and then the hammer was down and the decision was final that nicotine was no longer needed. And I suddenly, that view disappeared, and I felt this black smoke literally depart. Well, not literally, but I imagined this black smoke departing my body. And it just felt so different. I almost felt like my cells were cleaner, and I had no interest. I actually had a Juul in my hand because I had been smoking it right before that. So the Juul e-cig, I gave it away and didn't smoke a single puff again for 2 years or something.
Who could have thought I'd get you?